The savannah was quiet that morning. Not peaceful, not calm. Quiet in a way that feels wrong. The grass did not move much. The birds did not sing as loudly. Even the insects seemed to hold their breath. The sun rose slowly, spreading pale gold light across the plains, revealing a pride that should have been busy, noisy, alive. But something was missing. The cubs were not playing. They were not chasing each other through the grass. They were not climbing over their mother's back or biting her tail or tumbling into the dust. The space where they usually moved was still. The lioness noticed it before anyone else. She lifted her head and scanned the grass. She listened. She smelled the air. She rose slowly, her body tense in a way that did not belong to morning. She walked toward where the cubs had slept. The grass parted, and she stopped. The cubs lay where they had been left the night before, but they did not move. She stepped closer. She touched one with her nose. Nothing. She touched another. Nothing. She lowered her head and pushed gently at the smallest one, the way mothers do when they want their young to stand. The cub rolled slightly, but did not rise. The lioness froze. Her breathing changed, shorter, shallower. She lifted her head and released a sound, not a roar, a low, broken call, a sound lions do not make for enemies, a sound they make when something is missing. No one answered. The land continued. The herds moved. The birds flew. The insects hummed. The world did not stop. Only she did. And beside her, the cubs remained exactly as they were. Still. The first night passed without her moving. The cold crept into the ground beneath her body. The warmth that usually lived in her chest faded into the earth. The cubs did not breathe. Their small bodies did not shift. Their paws did not twitch in sleep. They remained exactly as they were. She stayed beside them. Her eyes did not close. Not fully. They half blinked when the wind pushed dust into them. They narrowed when insects crawled too close. But she did not sleep. Sleep meant leaving, and she would not leave. The stars moved across the sky. The moon rose, then slid behind thin cloud. The distant calls of hyenas echoed and faded. Somewhere far away, a lion roared. It was not her pride. It was not her mate. It was a stranger. She did not answer. She rested her chin on the ground between the cubs. Her breath passed over their fur. It did not move them. Morning came. The light returned, soft and pale, touching the grass and warming the air. The land woke up. She did not. She lifted her head only enough to see. She sniffed the cubs again. Their scent was changing, not disappearing, changing. The sharp, warm smell of life was giving way to something thinner, colder. Her ears flattened. She licked one of the cubs. Once, then again. The fur stayed matted. The body stayed still. She licked again. Longer this time. She pushed with her nose. Not gently now, more insistently. The cub rolled onto its side. It did not rise. Her breathing deepened. Her chest moved faster. She lifted her head and released a sound that was not a roar. It was low, broken, uneven, a call meant for cubs that wander too far, a call meant to pull them back. Nothing answered. The pride passed at a distance. They slowed. They looked. They circled once, then moved on. One lioness paused longer than the others. She stood watching. Her tail flicked once. She stepped closer. She smelled the cubs. She lifted her head. She understood. She turned away. She did not come back. By midday, the heat pressed down. Flies gathered. They circled the cubs. They landed. The mother snapped at them, slow and irritated. Not angry, just persistent. She kept them away as best she could. She shifted her body slightly to cast shade over the cubs. She positioned herself so her shadow covered their faces. She did not think in words, but she acted as if the sun could still hurt them. She did not eat. She did not drink. Her tongue felt heavy in her mouth. Her muscles stiffened from stillness. Her stomach cramped. She ignored all of it. Nothing mattered except the small shapes beside her. A vulture landed in the distance, then another. They did not approach. Not yet. They waited. They always waited. She watched them. Her eyes followed every movement. Her body remained still, but ready. She did not sleep. Not that night. Morning returned again. The third day. The flies returned faster. The vultures circled lower. The air smelled different now. She noticed. She did not understand it. She only knew it was wrong. She licked the cubs again. The taste was unfamiliar. She stopped. She stared. She pushed again, hard now. The cubs rolled, limbs shifted, but not because of life, only because of force. She froze. Her breathing slowed. She pulled back. She stared at the cubs for a long time, longer than before. Her ears twitched. Her tail stopped moving. Something in her changed. Not acceptance, something heavier. She lifted her head and looked out across the plains. The pride was gone. The herds were gone. The land was empty. She was alone now, truly alone, with them. She lowered her head again, rested it between the cubs, closed her eyes for the first time, not in sleep, in exhaustion, in something close to surrender, but not quite, because she still did not leave. She stayed beside them for 3 full days, not because she believed they would return, but because she did not know how to go. The world had taught her how to hunt, how to fight, how to survive. It had not taught her how to stop being a mother. And so she remained, beside the bodies, beside the silence, until the land itself forced the story to move on. The change did not come from her. It came from the land. On the 4th morning, the wind shifted. The scent carried farther than before. The vultures no longer circled at a distance. They descended. One landed in the grass 20 meters away, then another. They did not rush. They did not approach directly. They waited. The mother lifted her head. Her ears flattened. Her body tensed. She stood. For the first time in days, she stood. Her legs trembled, not from fear, from weakness. She had not eaten. She had not drunk. Her muscles were stiff from stillness. Her body had begun to fail her. She placed herself between the cubs and the birds. She faced them. She did not roar. She did not charge. She stood. The vultures did not move closer, but they did not leave. They waited. The hyenas returned next. Their laughter rolled across the plains, closer now, sharper, bolder. They circled wide, they tested the edges. The mother turned her head slowly, tracking each sound. She growled once, low, a warning. The hyenas stopped. For a moment, then one stepped forward, not close, just closer. The mother stepped forward too. Her body was thinner now, her movements slower, but her eyes were still sharp, still focused, still willing. The hyena hesitated, then backed away, not defeated, delayed. The land was no longer neutral. It was moving. It was forcing the moment. By midday, the heat rose again. The flies thickened. The smell grew stronger. The mother noticed it more clearly now. She looked down at the cubs, not as if she expected them to move, but as if she were seeing them differently, as something that had changed. She lowered her head, touched them again. This time she did not push, she did not lick, she did not call, she simply touched. Then she pulled her head back. She sat upright, her breathing slowed, her body relaxed, not in peace, in resignation. She stood again. She looked around. The plains were empty. The pride was gone. The world was still. She took one step away from the cubs, then stopped. She turned back. She looked at them again. Then she took another step. This time she did not stop. She walked slowly, not fleeing, not rushing, just walking. She did not look back, not because she did not care, but because she could not. The vultures waited until she was far enough away. Then they moved in. The land resumed its cycle. What had stopped was moving again. The mother walked alone. Her body was lighter, her shape smaller, her pace slower. She moved without direction, not hunting, not seeking, just moving. She drank at a shallow pool for the first time in days. She ate later, not much, just enough. She did not rejoin the pride, not immediately. She stayed on the edges. She hunted alone. She rested alone. She avoided the places where cubs played. She avoided the places where mothers gathered. The pride noticed. They did not push her away. They did not pull her back. They allowed her space. Time passed, weeks, then months. Her body recovered. Her fur thickened. Her strength returned. But something in her remained different. She hunted more cautiously. She watched more. She moved less. She rested longer. She no longer followed the pride as closely. She became a quieter presence, a shadow that moved beside them, not within them. The land accepted this too, because the land accepts everything, eventually. One season later, she mated again. She did not seek it, it came. The cubs were born months after that. She cared for them, she protected them, she fed them, but she never left them alone, not even for a moment. She moved with them, she slept with them, she positioned herself between them and the world at all times. She did not trust distance anymore. She did not trust the land the way she once had. And the land did not mind, because it had already taken something from her, and it did not need to take it again. The story did not end when she walked away. It changed. The waiting ended. The living continued. And in the quiet space between loss and survival, the mother learned how to carry both.